Luis Elizondo. The name itself is synonymous with UFO disclosure, but his journey wasn't some overnight sensation. It's a story woven from Cuban roots, military service, and a burning desire to uncover secrets hidden within the very halls of the Pentagon. How did a kid, whose family escaped a communist regime, end up leading one of the most secretive UFO programs in the world? That's what we're diving into. Luis Elizondo's story begins far from the sterile environment of government buildings. It begins with his family's harrowing escape from Cuba. Imagine growing up hearing first-hand accounts of oppression and the value of freedom. This wasn't just some abstract concept. It was a lived reality, a constant reminder of what can happen when transparency and accountability are sacrificed. This early exposure, some say, instilled in him an unwavering sense of duty and a profound respect for the truth, qualities that would later define his career. From an early age, Elizondo showed a keen interest in science. He pursued studies in microbiology and immunology at the University of Miami. It might seem like a far cry from UFOs, but that scientific background laid a crucial foundation. It instilled in him a methodical approach, a commitment to evidence-based analysis, and the ability to critically evaluate complex information. These skills would prove invaluable when he later found himself grappling with the complexities of unexplained aerial phenomena. But academia wasn't his only calling. In 1995, Elizondo joined the United States Army, embarking on a path that would lead him deep into the world of intelligence. He served as a counterintelligence special agent in South Korea, a hotbed of geopolitical tensions. His work involved counter-espionage investigations, protecting sensitive military assets, and navigating a complex web of international relations. This wasn't just about gathering information. It was about protecting national security, a responsibility that weighed heavily on him. Then, September 11th happened. Like so many others, Elizondo's career trajectory shifted dramatically. He transitioned from counter-espionage to counter-terrorism, deploying to Afghanistan and the Middle East, working alongside special operations forces. He managed sensitive sources, participated in counterinsurgency missions, and operated in some of the most dangerous and volatile regions on the planet. Imagine the pressure, the stakes, the constant awareness of potential threats. These experiences forged him into a seasoned intelligence professional, someone accustomed to operating in the shadows, making critical decisions under immense pressure. Those who worked with him during this period remember him as a meticulous and reliable operative. He was known for his attention to detail, his ability to build trust, and his unwavering commitment to the mission. He wasn't just following orders. He was driven by a deep sense of patriotism and a desire to protect his country. So, how does a counterterrorism expert end up investigating UFOs? This is where Elizondo's story takes an unexpected turn. In 2008, he was recruited into the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP. This wasn't some random assignment. It was a deliberate choice, a recognition of his unique skill set and his ability to handle highly sensitive information. ATIP was a clandestine Pentagon project, funded to the tune of $22 million over 5 years. Tasked with investigating what the military officially termed unidentified aerial phenomena. Think about that for a moment. The Pentagon, the symbol of American military might, was quietly investing millions of dollars into studying UFOs. By 2010, Elizondo had risen to lead the program, a testament to his competence and his ability to navigate the treacherous waters of the Pentagon bureaucracy. He wasn't just managing paperwork. He was overseeing investigations, analyzing data, and trying to make sense of the seemingly impossible. What he and his team were observing was nothing short of extraordinary. These UAPs weren't just fleeting glimpses or distant lights. They were entering restricted airspace, operating in combat zones, and exhibiting flight characteristics that defied known physics. Imagine the implications. Something was moving through the skies with capabilities far beyond anything possessed by the United States, or any other nation for that matter. This realization sparked a profound sense of concern and a growing frustration with the lack of transparency surrounding the issue. Elizondo believed that the American public deserved to know what was happening in their skies. He felt that the information was being suppressed, that bureaucratic roadblocks were preventing a proper investigation, and that the potential national security implications were being ignored. Despite his efforts to raise awareness within the Pentagon, he encountered resistance and bureaucratic inertia. The program faced funding cuts, internal skepticism, and a general unwillingness to take the issue seriously. Elizondo reached a breaking point. In 2017, after years of dedicated service and unwavering commitment, he made a difficult decision. He resigned from his position, not out of defeat, but out of protest. He couldn't, in good conscience, continue to participate in a system that he believed was actively suppressing information about a potential threat to national security. His resignation wasn't a quiet departure. He went public, becoming a vocal advocate for transparency and disclosure. He believed that the American people had a right to know the truth about UAPs, and he was willing to risk his career and reputation to bring that truth to light. He argued that the United States was caught in a decades-long secret arms race, fueled by taxpayer dollars but hidden from elected representatives and the public. He believed that Congress had a duty to oversee these programs and that the public deserved to know how their money was being spent. Elizondo's decision to speak out was driven by three core principles: a belief in a watchful Congress, a responsive executive branch, and a transparent government. He understood the importance of dismantling bureaucratic silos, breaking down the barriers that prevented information from flowing where it needed to go. He even acknowledged that his loyalty to the Secretary of Defense, with whom he had served overseas, ultimately pushed him to speak out. He believed that the truth about UAPs needed to escape the shadows of classified files and enter the public domain. What made Elizondo's voice so powerful was not just what he said, but who he was. He wasn't some fringe conspiracy theorist. He was a highly decorated intelligence officer with impeccable credentials. Before ATIP, he had managed a highly sensitive special access program on behalf of the White House and the National Security Council. He had access to classified information and a deep understanding of the inner workings of the government. His claims were further substantiated by the release of the now famous Pentagon videos, showing UAPs exhibiting extraordinary flight characteristics. These videos, coupled with Elizondo's testimony, sparked a global conversation about the reality of UFOs and the government's handling of the issue. His best-selling book, Imminent, Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs, offered the public a rare glimpse behind the closed doors of the Pentagon, revealing the inner workings of ATIP and the challenges he faced in trying to uncover the truth. Elizondo's story is one of courage, integrity, and a relentless pursuit of truth. It's the story of a man who risked everything to expose secrets hidden in plain sight. And it all began with a family's escape from Cuba, a commitment to scientific inquiry, and a dedication to serving his country. It's a story that continues to unfold, and one that has the potential to rewrite our understanding of the universe. Now let's venture even further into what Elizondo uncovered inside the secretive world of Area 51. Beneath the sensational headlines and swirling conspiracies that define Area 51 in the public imagination lies a far more nuanced reality. My 7 days immersed in the facility's UFO program peeled back layers of myth, revealing a complex operation rooted in scientific inquiry and national security concerns. Forget little green men and crashed flying saucers. The truth, while still extraordinary, is significantly more grounded and, frankly, more fascinating. The initial shock wasn't about alien technology, but the sheer volume of data being collected and analyzed. We're talking about a constant stream of information from diverse sources. Military radar, satellite imagery, pilot reports, even raw sensor data from experimental aircraft. The sheer scale of this operation was staggering. Imagine trying to piece together a massive jigsaw puzzle, but half the pieces are missing and the picture keeps changing. That, in essence, is what the team at Area 51 faced every single day. One of the biggest misconceptions is that Area 51 is a rogue operation, a shadowy corner of the government operating outside the law. That couldn't be further from the truth. What I observed was a highly structured, meticulously organized effort involving multiple agencies: the Air Force, Navy, intelligence communities, all working under clearly defined protocols. The problem wasn't a lack of oversight. It was often too much oversight, with bureaucratic hurdles and interagency rivalries hindering progress. Getting different departments to share information, to see the bigger picture, was a constant battle. The focus was less on proving extraterrestrial visitation and more on understanding unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, as potential threats. Were these advanced Russian or Chinese aircraft? Experimental technology being tested by a private corporation? Or something else entirely? Each sighting was treated as a potential intelligence breach, a vulnerability in our national security apparatus. The default assumption wasn't aliens. It was a sophisticated adversary pushing the boundaries of aerospace technology. I reviewed countless reports, witness testimonies, and sensor readings. What struck me was the rigor applied to each case. They weren't just accepting every claim at face value. There was a concerted effort to debunk, to find conventional explanations for each UAP sighting. Weather balloons, drones, atmospheric phenomena, even optical illusions, all were carefully considered and systematically ruled out. It was a process of elimination, a scientific method applied to the unknown. But there were cases that defied conventional explanation. Instances where multiple independent sources, radar, visual confirmation from trained pilots, electronic warfare sensors, corroborated the existence of objects exhibiting performance characteristics beyond anything we currently possess. These were the cases that kept me and the entire team up at night. Imagine seeing a radar track showing an object accelerating from 0 to Mach 5 in a matter of seconds, or making instantaneous 90-degree turns. These weren't just anomalies, they were violations of everything we understand about physics. One particularly compelling case involved a group of Navy pilots off the coast of Virginia. They repeatedly encountered a UAP described as a dark cube inside a transparent sphere. This object was observed performing maneuvers that were simply impossible for any known aircraft. It could hover motionless in high winds, accelerate to incredible speeds in an instant, and disappear from radar without a trace. The pilots were highly experienced, level-headed professionals, and their testimonies were consistent and credible. The frustration was palpable. We had the data, we had the eyewitness accounts, but we lacked the crucial missing piece, understanding what these things were and how they were operating. This isn't to say that Area 51 has all the answers or some secret alien technology hidden away. What it has is a dedicated group of individuals grappling with a profound mystery, working tirelessly to unravel the enigma of UAPs. My time inside Area 51 challenged my preconceived notions. It wasn't a haven for conspiracy theorists or a repository of alien artifacts. It was a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, a relentless pursuit of knowledge in the face of the unknown. The experience left me with more questions than answers, but also with a profound respect for the dedication and professionalism of the men and women working to protect our nation's skies. The truth about UAPs is complex, multifaceted, and far from settled. But one thing is certain. We owe it to ourselves to continue the search, to continue asking questions, and to remain open to the possibility that we may not be alone in the universe. And what exactly did I observe during those 7 days? What specific pieces of evidence shook my beliefs to their core? That's where things get truly interesting. And that is something we will be diving into in our next video. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe so you won't miss that. Okay, so we've talked about Elizondo's time inside Area 51. We've touched on the unreleased footage he's seen. But what does it all mean? What are the real-world implications of these UAPs and, frankly, the government's decades-long silence on the matter? Let's be clear. This isn't just about cool videos or mysterious lights in the sky. This is about something much bigger, something that could reshape our understanding of everything from national security to our very place in the cosmos. First, let's address the elephant in the room, national security. Think about it. We're talking about objects that, according to credible reports, can outmaneuver our most advanced military aircraft. Objects that can seemingly ignore the laws of physics as we understand them. Objects that have been observed in restricted airspace, near sensitive military installations. Now, Whether these are extraterrestrial craft, advanced technology from a rival nation, or something else entirely, the implications are staggering. If it's a foreign adversary, it means we're playing catch-up in a technological arms race we didn't even know we were in. If it's something else, well, the implications are even more profound. Consider the reports from pilots like those from the USS Nimitz incident. These weren't just fleeting glimpses of something unidentifiable. These were sustained encounters, lasting minutes, even hours, with objects performing maneuvers that defied explanation. We're talking about instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic speeds with no sonic boom, and the ability to submerge into the ocean without any apparent disruption. These are not simply anomalies. These are potential threats. And the fact that they've been largely ignored or downplayed for so long raises serious questions about our national defense posture. Are we adequately prepared to defend our airspace? Are we investing enough in understanding these phenomena? And perhaps most importantly, are we being transparent with the public about the potential risks? The government's initial response, or lack thereof, has been heavily criticized, and rightly so. For years, UAP sightings were dismissed as weather phenomena, swamp gas, or misidentification. The stigma associated with reporting these encounters discouraged pilots and other military personnel from coming forward, further hindering our ability to gather data and understand the threat. Now, with the establishment of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, there's a renewed effort to investigate these incidents seriously. But even with this increased focus, the challenges remain immense. Data is often fragmented, scattered across different agencies, and classified under various security protocols. Bureaucratic hurdles and a lack of resources continue to impede progress. And let's not forget the disinformation, the deliberate planting of false narratives to confuse the public, to obfuscate the truth. It's a tactic that's been used for decades, making it even harder to separate fact from fiction. But the implications of UAPs extend far beyond national security. They also have profound scientific and technological implications. Imagine the breakthroughs that could be achieved if we could unlock the secrets of these advanced technologies. New forms of propulsion, new materials, new sources of energy. The possibilities are virtually limitless. Reverse engineering these technologies, if that's even possible, could revolutionize industries and transform our entire way of life. Think about it. Clean, limitless energy, interstellar travel, and advancements in medicine and communication that we can scarcely imagine today. But there's also a potential downside. Such advanced technologies could also be weaponized, leading to a new era of global instability. The potential for misuse is a very real concern, and it's something we need to consider carefully as we move forward. And then there's the big one, the philosophical and existential implications. Are we alone in the universe? If UAPs are indeed evidence of non-human intelligence, what does that mean for our place in the cosmos? How would it affect our religions, our philosophies, our understanding of ourselves? The discovery of extraterrestrial life would be the most profound event in human history. It would challenge our most fundamental assumptions and force us to rethink everything we thought we knew about the universe and our place in it. It would raise profound ethical questions, forcing us to grapple with the rights and responsibilities that come with interacting with other intelligent beings. But even if UAPs turn out to be something other than extraterrestrial craft, say, advanced technology from a rival nation or some yet-to-be-explained natural phenomenon, the implications are still significant. It would mean that we're not as technologically advanced as we thought we were, and that there are still mysteries out there waiting to be uncovered. The government's silence on UAPs has fueled speculation and conspiracy theories for decades. But as Elizondo has pointed out, the reasons for this secrecy are complex and multifaceted. During the Cold War, secrecy was a matter of national security. The fear of revealing sensitive information to the Soviet Union led to a policy of denial and obfuscation. UFO sightings were dismissed as weather phenomena or misidentification, and the stigma associated with reporting these encounters discouraged pilots and other military personnel from coming forward. But the silence also served another purpose: to protect advanced military technology. By attributing strange sightings to extraterrestrial activity, the government could conceal the development of cutting-edge aircraft and other weapon systems. And then there's the fear of public panic. The government worried that revealing the truth about UAPs would cause widespread fear and disruption, potentially leading to social unrest. This fear, while perhaps understandable, ultimately backfired, fueling even more speculation and mistrust. The government's silence on UAPs has created a culture of secrecy and suspicion that has eroded public trust. It's time for greater transparency and accountability. The public has a right to know what the government knows about UAPs, and we need to have an open and honest discussion about the potential risks and opportunities they present. The recent efforts by ARO and Congress to investigate UAPs are a step in the right direction. But we need to do more. We need to declassify more data, encourage open reporting, and invest in scientific research. The truth about UAPs is out there, but it's going to take a concerted effort to uncover it. And the stakes are simply too high to ignore. Whether it's national security, scientific advancement, or our understanding of our place in the universe. The implications of UAPs are far-reaching and demand our attention. The government's silence is more than just a pause. It's a message in itself. A message that says, we're not ready to tell you everything. A message that raises more questions than it answers. A message that demands further scrutiny. And that's exactly what we're going to do.